Alright. Hi, you guys. It's us. This is take 2. We're just going to sit here, see who comes to visit. We're trying out the live thing.
Right.
Tank's doing her cameo appearance. Yep. That's about all. It's today's Saturday. Excuse my shirt.
Yes, today is Saturday.
Hard day at work, guys. Hard day at work. But, hi! Just waiting to see who comes in. Join us. That's it. Anything you'd like to say, honey?
Hello, people. People of America.
People of America. What have we been doing lately with gardening? How's that gardening going?
Quite cold out there.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing's been going on.
Yeah, we're in Michigan, so it's a little.
It's cold out there.
And how about the raised beds that you built us?
I think they're quite fresh.
Froze, but mulched over pretty good with leaves.
Yeah. The leaves have taken over. They take over the... Yes, they take over.
And
We have big trees here. Big trees.
and the trees, in Tank's opinion, are diseased,
Yes, they are.
which
Cute.
your perspective is that
I think it kills
if the leaf itself is discolored and has dots, in your opinion, the tree is diseased. So therefore, you feel like we cannot initially mulch with those leaves. So our questions are, A, are there such thing as diseased trees? B, has anyone mulched with those leaves? And if so, did that have a negative impact on the area you mulched with?
The leaf itself has black dots.
The leaf itself has black dots.
Yes. Once they fall off, you can see.
Right. And this is our first year as a couple hardcore gardening this land
Yes.
that
Oh, hello, baby.
we're on. Hi, Bailey.
Say hello, baby.
Say hi, Bailey. Bailey wants to say hi, you guys. But she's on the prowl for human food. But so they can't see you, Bailey.
There she go. Look in the corner.
Just tucked her head. Oh, good doggy.
Say
Good
hello.
doggy. Good doggy. Good doggy. He's spoiled.
She's crazy.
So anyway, back to these leaves, because Bailey's a whole nother subject.
Right.
Okay, at this current location, which we do not own,
Yes.
I personally have been here 11 years.
Yes.
Tank 4. Us gardening together as a collective, 2. And in that, if anybody's watched any of our other videos and you see us out there with this big monstrous gas water tank for removing water from our vents, We live in the city of Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Right.
We are near Willow Run Airport, which these homes were built back in the 50s and they were thrown together very quickly. Needless to say, they're on a slab. So we are
A slab.
with the earth. We live in the earth. So when it rains, it pours literally in our floor vents.
Yes.
And there's been many, many, many videos of us pumping the water out of the vents. Last year we were blessed enough to purchase a system that will remove the water in 15 minutes flat.
Right.
Because literally the entire backyard is a swimming pool,
Right.
a muck pool.
Yes.
So, been here, garden. So last year we got pretty intense with the gardening.
Mm-hmm.
Tank herself built us 3 raised beds. One of which is directly outside of the back door. And we were keeping items such as our lettuces, our cabbages, right there. The middle bed was and is currently asparagus, herbs, and parsley.
Mm-hmm.
Me being a new gardener, I don't know specifically if that was a good idea to incorporate some smaller growing herbs in with the asparagus. We should have potentially just had a bed just with asparagus. But this is asparagus that we got at a local nursery
Mm-hmm.
for a whole flat for $1. So I felt like at the time that was something we couldn't pass up. Needless to say, at that time, we didn't know how stable we were here,
Mm-hmm.
if we would be here for a while. In our minds, we probably felt like we were from a money standpoint, but from a health standpoint and just the functionality of the home and the land, it's not beneficial
Right.
for us in many forms to stay here. So when we finally got to that point of, okay, this isn't going to work anymore, you know, this relationship is going to be strained, we don't own, we started exploring home ownerships and land and what would be the best deal for us. We even contemplated manufactured homes.
Right.
We went from manufactured homes to the habitat situation because according to the Michigan guidelines, we are considered low income.
Right.
Okay, and I would agree with that in this county. We live in one of the most expensive counties in Michigan.
Very expensive.
So given Tank's income, my income of, at that time, 32 hours a week,
Mm-hmm.
it was rough.
Still rough.
So we then progressed to, okay, we've got raised beds, we put the beds to sleep, okay, we're exploring moving options. Is anyone in here, by the way?
Like one person.
One person and we can't see you.
And I like you.
Ah! It's Tank. Can we get 2 people?
Right.
Just 2.
Everybody want to talk about gardening?
So where do we go? Well, the glory of this going live is that I feel like future reference, it'll be here. And if people want to watch, they can.
Right.
But we're pretty much being candid. This is the most candid. This is the most that you've seen my face for personal reasons. And Tawanda is Tank. Did y'all know that? Nobody knew that.
Darn it. Now you
I
got
put her government out there.
Right. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. This is the first time you see us, like, you know, normally you'll just see things about, not our face, but whatever. So we end up from 32 hours a week, right, honey?
Mm-hmm.
Garden beds to we need to research hardcore housing options and affordability. And meanwhile, sometime in between there, having to get a $16,000. We didn't have to get a $16,000. Ooh, we didn't have to get a $16,000 car loan.
Right.
But at the particular moment, if you go way down in our videos, you will see a video of Tank fixing our, at the then time, minivan, which was gifted to us.
Right.
And at that time, it was a choice between getting to work safely. For me, Tank works from the home. And just me being safe, getting the kids around, whatever. So we went from the minivan to an actual car note, actual full coverage insurance. So
Right.
we became grown-up people very quickly.
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
I need a sip after that one. So then, and no, we don't just indulge all the time. We're just chatting here.
Right.
A little bit of history of woman and woman
Right. Right.
homestead.
Look at baby again.
Yeah,
Go back
this
home.
baby running around.
Where are you getting?
So here we are.
She plays with her food.
Yeah, she does. I don't want to get any more candid right now because I feel like we're our own audience right now.
Right.
At times I'm okay with that, but times like now, this is valuable to me
Right.
personally. And I can't share my story with somebody I live with daily and knows the story, lives the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
yeah. You know the story. You are part of the story and the journey.
Mhm.
So that's the joy of it all. I don't have my glasses on the way. Legally, I have night vision, so I shouldn't drive without glasses. And for some odd reason, in the home, I refuse to wear my glasses.
Oh. That's because you don't want to see where the spots is.
Not that I'm dirty.
No. From the blender, maybe. I move up stuff. The stuff flies in there.
Does my homemade bread ever fly though?
Well, I ain't gonna say but she does just repaint it.
Yeah.
And somebody was mixing some stuff like
Yeah. Those are icing on the ceiling.
that. More like the wall too.
Oh boy. And one forgot to wipe it off.
Mm-hmm.
That's the joy of me though. I get these thoughts.
Right,
And I like run off with that idea quickly. And then another thought will come and I'll run off with that thought quickly. And that's the joy about it. You like center me and ground me. How many minutes are we working at?
We're at 14 and 7, 8, 9.
So it's nice to be able to talk to yourself for 14 minutes.
Right.
It's really nice to be able to talk to yourself for 14 minutes.
Okay.
Isn't it nice to be able to talk to yourself for 14 minutes?
Right.
So, we tried this out for the first time, guys, and it works out pretty good.
Right.
I think that's what our next little video will be. You know?
Yeah.
I would think that we've worked hard for a year and there's like at one point, our subscriber went down, but when I worked less hours, I uploaded a lot more. And then when I started hitting about 50 hours a week, it got trying. And Tank doesn't really upload videos without me here. So that limited our initial content and what we were talking about. And I felt like, given the title of our channel at that time, if it wasn't regarding that, it wasn't worth us uploading at the time. But things change, seasons change, guys. And thanks for, baby, come on, say hi. Thanks for hanging out for our first live. And even though no one tuned in, it's all good. We shared a little bit more candid information about ourselves with you. And thanks for the people that have been with us here from the start. The reason why we started this channel, Backyard Gardener. Our ride or die, Ms. Ramona, Butterflies Home and Garden. Marshall, Sapper Gardener, Old Camp Ranch. Debbie P, just to name a few. New Orleans Gardener. People that no matter what we put out there, you seem to always watch and always comment.
Right, which they're probably going live too right now, so.
No, they're not going live.
You know they're not going live.
I know they're not going live.
Yeah, you know they're not going live.
Yeah, so thank you to that, and thanks for hanging in there with us. This was our first test out of going live.
Right. Going with the camera.
Yeah. Thanks. Peace, guys.
Peace.